Good day, it is June the 17th, and today we're continuing Ezra, starting at chapter 3, doing the first 4 verses, and Proverbs 17. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Begin Ezra 3 and 1. And when the 7th month had come, and the children of Israel were in the cities, the people gathered together as one man to Jerusalem. 2. Then Yeshua, the son of Zodak, and his brethren, the priests, and Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and his brethren arose and built the altar of Elohim of Israel, to offer burnt offerings on it, as it is written in the law of Moses, the man of Elohim. 3. Though fear had come upon the people of those countries, they set the altar on its bases, and they offered burnt offerings on it to Yahweh, both in the morning and the evening burnt offerings. 4. They also kept the feast of the tabernacles, as is written, and offered the daily burnt offerings in the number required by the ordinance for each day. Okay, they've returned to Jerusalem. They started to clean up, and this is the 7th month. And when the 7th month came, this is the 7th month of the first year back of the return, and the children of Israel were in the cities. They were starting to spread out in the cities. The people gathered together as one man to Jerusalem. They all came. Now they're going to be celebrating, not all at once. The first Feast of the Trumpets, which is in the fall, which is a good harvest festival, which you find out in Numbers 29:1. Then the 10th is the Great Day of Atonement, which is found in Numbers 29:7. Then the Feast of Tabernacles, which is found in Leviticus 34-36. Psalm 81 tells you about the new moon festivals. But the 1st, 10th, and 15th day of that 7th month is when they celebrated. That's when all the men had to gather in Israel. Verse 2. Then Yeshua, the son of Yosadek, and his brethren, the priests, and Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and his brethren, arose and built the altar of Elohim of Israel, to offer burnt offerings on it, as it is written in the law of Moses, the man of Elohim. Yeshua is the high priest there, and they're getting ready to do the sacrifices, and they're following the law as was written down by Moses. Remember, they're all there as one man. Verse 3. Though fear had come upon them because of the people of the countries, in other words, people of the lands around them, they set the altar on its bases. They cleaned it up and found they may have found the base, or they may just put it up there, and offered burnt offerings on it to Yahweh, both the morning and evening burnt offerings. They got all set up because of the fear of God and the fear of the people in that area. And verse 4. They also kept the Feast of Tabernacles, as it is written, and offered the daily burnt offerings in the number required by ordinance for each day. So they did the sacrifices. The Feast of Tabernacles found in Leviticus 23:34-42. 42. It's in the autumn, as I said. In Deuteronomy 16:13-15. They were busy cleaning up the mess, and it was a mess. Proverbs 17. Better is a dry morsel and quietness therein than a house full of feasting with strife. Peace and quiet with a little bit is better than being stuffed and having all sorts of fighting going on. 2. A servant that dealeth wisely shall rule over the son that dealeth shamefully, and shall have a part of the inheritance among the brethren. 3. The refining pot is for silver and the furnace for gold, but Yahweh tries the hearts. As a refining pot and the furnace get the impurities out, so Yahweh will get the impurities out of your heart. 4. An evildoer giveth heed to wicked lips. Hey, let's go do that. And a liar giveth ear to mischievous tongue. Hey, why don't we go do that? 5. Whoso mocketh the poor blasphemeth his maker, and he that is glad at calamity shall be punished. Don't be happy when anyone is suffering misfortune, even your enemies. 6. Children's children are the crown of all men, and the glory of children are their fathers. 7. Overbearing speech becomes natural, much less do lying lips or prince. These things are things that's just so much out of place. 8. The gift is a precious stone in the eyes of him that hath it. Whithersoever he turneth, he prospereth. Yeah, getting bribes, he's going to keep looking for bribes. 9. He that covereth the transgression seeketh love, but he that harpeth on the matter estrangeth a familiar friend. Yeah, he keeps on going. You know, hey, remember when this happened? Remember when that happened? Yeah, they're going to get sick of hearing you. 10. A rebuke entereth deeper in a man of understanding than 100 stripes into a fool. 11. A rebellious man seeketh only evil. Therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. 12. Let a bear robbed of her whelps meet a man, rather than a fool in his folly. 13. Whoso rewardeth his evil for good, evil should not depart from his house. Yeah, you don't reward evil. If someone does good to you, don't do evil. You do evil for evil, that's like you being an animal or a beast. Do good for good, you being human. I scratch my back, you scratch yours. You reward good for someone who does you evil, you being godlike or godly. But if you reward evil for someone who does good to you, you're being demonic. Let's be godlike. 14. The beginning of strife is with one lead without water. Therefore, leave off contentions before the quarrel breaketh out. Yeah, strife starts small, end it quickly. 15. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the righteous, even they both are an abomination to Yahweh. 16. Wherefore is the price in the hand of a fool? To buy wisdom, seeing he has no understanding. Yeah, he doesn't understand. You buy him books, you send him to school, and all they do is chew on the covers. 17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. 18. A man void of understanding is he that striketh hands, or cosigns, and becomes surety in the presence of his neighbor. In other words, he promises to pay whatever if things go bad. 19. He that loveth transgression, that loveth strife. He loveth transgression, that loveth strife. He that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction. 20. He that has a froward heart findeth no good, and he that has a perverse tongue shall falleth into evil. 21. He that begetteth a fool does it to his own sorrow, and the father of a churl should have no joy. 22. A merry heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bone. Yeah, so when you're depressed, you lose power, strength. 23. A wicked man taketh a gift out of his bosom to pervert the ways of justice. He's bribing. 24. Wisdom is before him that has understanding, but the eyes of a fool are on the ends of the earth. Yeah, if you have understanding, you'll find wisdom everywhere. If you don't, if you're a fool, it doesn't matter what they do. You say, oh, that can't be it. It's got to be far away. People bring exotic philosophies from India and all that. 25. A foolish son is a vexation to his father, and a bitterness to her that bore him. 26. To punish also the righteous is not good, nor to strike the noble for their uprightness. 27. He that spareth his words has knowledge, but he that husbands the spirit has man discernment. Be careful what you say and who you say it to, and trust. And 28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is accounted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. Yeah, there's a saying that says, better to be quiet and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. I hope you've been blessed by this reading. May the Lord richly bless you. Remember, I'd like to be tagged when I post these videos. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I.